We are live with another episode of Comic Talk. It's that show brought to you by The Key, where we talk about this week's new comic book releases, whether they are DC Comics, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, IDW, Indie Comics, whatever. All comics come out every Wednesday at your local comic shop. Go to comicshoplocator.com, find a comic shop near you. They all come out on Wednesdays every single week. And we are here every Thursday with about 24 hours to read everything that we can. We're here every Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or, on podcasts like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc., to talk about all the comics that came out this week. If you're watching us live, you're watching us on YouTube, or maybe you're watching us after the fact on YouTube, or listening to the podcast. Wherever you are, like, comment, subscribe, follow. Let us know you're out there. Hop in the chat. Say hi. Let us know what your taste in comics is. We're always open for that. I'm your host, Dimithri Perera, and it's not just me talking about all the comics that I read this week. No, in fact, I got two guests on the show to round everything out. First of all, we got Ethan, aka Virgo Blade. Ethan, what's up, man?
Yo, how's it going?
It's going good. It's January 2026. It's January 15th, 2026, if I must say the exact date. Is it going to be a good year for comics?
I'm normally an optimistic person, and I do think it is, but I also think that it's going to be turbulent. Maybe it's like my current mind frame. But like I feel like Absolute is positive. Ultimates is kind of shaky with it going away.
Yeah.
X-Men, I think, is in a very strong place right now. Finally. Main Marvel, not so much. So it's like a ping pong back and forth Marty Supreme situation.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I like how I think it's funny how Marty Supreme is now the go-to for ping pong when Forrest Gump dominated.
It was Forrest Gump forever.
It was ping pong icon Forrest Gump for so long, and now it's Marty Supreme.
Marty Supreme is the new Forrest Gump. I've been saying it this whole time.
Except one is a complete asshole, and the other one is just a nice guy.
That's true.
But we can't pick our heroes. We do the best we can. Ethan, thanks for coming on the show. We also got Jecky, aka Jecky Comics. Jecky, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys? How's it going?
It's going good. I'm trying to figure out this lighting situation because I redid my table and my monitors and everything, and I'm trying to figure this out. If you're listening to the podcast, you don't care what we look like, but if you're watching the show on YouTube, then maybe. Jecky, is it going to be a good year for comics?
I think so, but really the main thing, I've just been enjoying the Absolutes, and I think I've enjoyed the Absolutes so much that if the Absolutes are great, I'll be a happy camper. I'll be happy reading comic books all year long, just so because I've enjoyed them all so much, or most of them so much.
Yeah.
So it's just off the trajectory that they're going right now, especially after that first crossover. I'm very optimistic. So we'll see how it goes.
Can we survive off of one thing for the whole year? Like can you survive off of just Absolute Comics?
I think there's no such thing as a year where everything is bad. You know what I mean? So if the Absolutes are holding it down, there'll be sprinkles of things inevitably that will be good. For example, Invincible's coming back. You know what I mean? Battle Beast is coming back.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man's is going pretty well, and the main Amazing Spider-Man series is going very well. So that's on a good trajectory as well. So I think as long as the Absolutes are good, there's gonna be some things that are automatically gonna be decent. I should be happy.
Okay. Because we did a whole episode of the best comics of 2025, we didn't really do an episode of what's coming up in 2026. But I don't know if you guys have something you're really excited for in 2026. First, for me personally, DC Next Level. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna love all the books, but DC's been doing a pretty damn good job. And so I believe that the books that I'm interested in will be good.
Yeah. It also feels like DC right now, if something is not doing well, they're just cutting it off. You know what I mean?
Do you have an
They're
example?
starting something. I'm gonna
Green
say
Arrow.
Green Arrow because I really enjoyed Green Arrow, but Green Arrow obviously the sales weren't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's other series that I know are not selling well but like they're letting them run for like 2 years, and you're like, who's reading this? You know what I mean?
But are they good?
I don't think so, but I think Green Arrow is good. I'm not talking about the quality of Green Arrow. I'm talking about just the sales of Green Arrow. Like I was surprised that they just canceled it. You know what I mean? And it feels like they're like, this is not working. We're gonna cancel it. And I feel like there's been other series. The
Atom Project, that
The Atom
6-issue
Project.
one. You know, it wasn't really my cup of tea.
And I tried. I went the first 3, and I dropped it.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't really my cup of tea. Ethan, you got any?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. I need more diversity in my books. Yes, there are things I'm excited for. Absolute has been killing it. Love Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, all that good stuff. DC Next Level, yes, a lot of titles I'm interested in. They just announced Zatanna, with Jamal Campbell, which I loved his miniseries earlier, and then Firestorm as well with, I believe, Jeff Lemire. I want like Jason Rush. Like if you're gonna announce Firestorm, like bring back Jason Rush. Like we have Vixen, we have Mr. Terrific. There's a milestone, I think one shot that's coming out soon. I just am kind of like tired. I need a Mr. Terrific. I need him to have a spotlight. I need Vixen. So that's where I'm like not in the most hopeful spot right now. Just in like the current climate that we're in, and then not having like representation is kind of annoying me, if I'm being honest. So that's why, like, yes, Absolute is killing it. Representation in terms of like mainline, when you have so many great characters. Mr. Terrific blew up with the Superman movie. What's happening with him? You know, so that's kind of where I'm at.
It's a shame that miniseries ended. That Mr. Terrific Year 1, that was really good.
It was great. I loved it.
And if you remember the issue number 1, it felt like they were gonna connect it to the main Justice League Unlimited series because they were going back and forth between the present and the past. You know what I mean? And then there was hints of that distortion from Darkseid's death, and I was like, you could have easily kept this going in parallel. You know what I mean? Like, yes, we have the Mr. Terrific and with his team, but like they could have kept that Mr. Terrific series going. I was surprised it made it 6. Was it 6?
You're talking about year 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is weird that because Mr. Terrific Year 1 started before the movie came out, and then it finished after the movie came out, and that was all. That being said, is it I don't know. He is leading the Justice League Unlimited team on to hell, right?
Yeah, Justice League Unlimited, yeah.
But then counter argument could be that like he's not the spotlight character. It's this like time remnant kind of super team. Well, that's the draw. And that's the focus.
If anything, we're experiencing every character in that series through his eyes. You know what I mean? So it feels like almost every issue, a certain character, not him, is a main character. Yeah. Right? And usually the character that dies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna give Aquaman a really dope moment and we're gonna kill him right after.
I think it's funny that Ethan brought up Jason Rush. Also Jason Rush versus Jason Roosh. I don't know. I always called him Roosh in my head, but I could be wrong.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I've only seen it written.
Yeah.
Rush sounds cooler. I feel like that's why I actually like Jason Rush.
Jason Rush.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen him in so long. We also haven't seen Firestorm as long, but they are doing a Firestorm series.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I brought him up. I love Ronnie Raymond. He's cool. But to me, of all the like scenarios that they could like build upon, I feel like Jason Rush and Ronnie Raymond. I read that series with Gail Simone when they had their book, and I enjoyed it. And so I just feel like it just feels like we're going back to the well. I spoke about this briefly with the JSA, going back to like, their like earlier stories in the main book. I'm like, we already kind of have those. I want to see Jakeem Thunder.
Yeah.
And Khalid Nassour, Dr. Fate, the new Dr. Midnight. Like, I don't want them to go away from like actually having representation when they have so many great characters. So it's hard for me to get excited about certain projects that feel like we're just going over the same old ground.
I think Next Level is going to be different. I don't know for diversity, but it is going to spotlight characters that aren't normally spotlit. But I think the best litmus test for whether DC has good diversity or not is one character. They're not only one character, but like it's Vixen and how they're treating Vixen. And if DC is treating Vixen well, then we're in a good era.
Dude, the Vixen is so criminally underutilized.
Yeah.
Vixen, like there's no reason. Vixen is she actually has a lot of different appeal, right? She has the Africa appeal, she has the Detroit appeal, she has the like confident appeal. She's been on the Justice League at one point. Like there's really no reason we're not seeing Vixen in anything right now.
Yeah. I mean, Vixen's power set is just so
it's dope.
Cool.
Right.
Top
it's
tier.
Dope.
100%. But I mean, I don't know. We'll get to the comics that we read this week, but I think like
that's super sidetracked.
No. I mean, I was purposely sidetracking this, but the problem is the further I steer off course, the harder it is to get back. So, I was trying to do that so I can prep the images for today. So, let's kick off this episode legitimately. What did you guys read this week?
Okay. I did TCKO issue number 3, Aquaman issue number 13, Action Comics issue number 1094, Batman and Robin issue number 29, The Ultimates issue number 20, Uncanny X-Men issue number 22, Black Cat issue number 6, and Doctor Strange issue number 2.
I didn't prep all these images. You had a busy week this week.
I like binged it. I binged a bunch of comics yesterday. I was kind of in a mood. I'm like, let me get away from like reality.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, let me like read all these comics. So I got quite a bit done.
Okay. All right. Nice.
In the world we live in right now, thank God for comic books.
Yes.
Yeah.
God for hobbies.
Keeping me sane.
Yeah. What was I reading? Oh, it was... No. What was it? I was reading something that was weirdly prescient, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
I mean, there's been a lot.
But they said literally...
Look, Absolute Batman was with...
It might be
Absolute
Ultimates. It was probably Ultimates.
Actually, yeah, Ultimates too. Especially this Ultimates.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Jecky, what's your list?
All right. Wonder Woman Black and Gold special 2026 special.
Mm-hmm.
Green Lantern Corps number 12. DCKO number 3. Logan Black, White, and Blood. Dungeons of Doom number 1 and The Ultimates number 20.
Okay. Cool. And then what I read, I also read DCKO number 3, Ultimates number 20. There was a lot that I normally read that I did not get to read this week. It was just a busy week for me. Avengers number 34, Uncanny X-Men 22, and Cruel Universe number 6. Damn, I didn't realize. Huh. Yeah.
This is 1 week our list, or this is 1 week our lists are actually very different.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I eventually I'm going to monologue a little bit about Cruel Universe, but that'll wait. Okay, cool. We still read like a good amount. We just didn't overlap that much.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Who knows their pick of the week? Who had a very obvious pick of the week that they knew for certain? They were like, oh.
I mean, I knew mine was going to be DCKO issue number 3, but also Uncanny X-Men is kind of like battling because something really dope happened that made me very happy. I was like a fanboy. So I'm kind of torn.
Was it the weird sex metaphor? I noticed something in the comic that I was like, they're not having sex, but it's written like, anyway, we'll get to it.
Yeah. I appreciated it, but that's not what made me love it.
Okay, but which one do you want to pick?
Okay, is anybody else going to pick TCKO issue number 3?
No.
I mean, I will if nobody picks it.
What about you, Jecky?
You know what? I think it's gonna be Logan, Black, White, and Blood.
Okay. I don't know.
I really enjoyed that book. So,
you know what? I'm gonna go with Uncanny X-Men number 22. Here's why: because I feel like, like DCKO, like next issue when stuff really goes down, it's really gonna probably be my like top pick.
Okay.
But this week, because like I'm happy that Age of Revelation is over. I didn't really like that event. I don't care about Revelation.
Yeah.
Or the storyline.
Yeah.
But this feels like we're going like back to form.
Okay.
And I got my Nightcrawler moment. Mutina comes back. She's a hot mess. I wanted to see her get taken down. Because I don't believe in her ideology and her just trying to like clear her image. I'm like, no, just tear her up.
I don't understand her at all. And maybe I missed something. I read the original issue she was in. I think I missed something because I can't make sense of Mutina. Like
I feel like that's kind of the point a little bit. Like she's all for like self-gratification, like to be seen positively, even though she's contradictory. So to me, I feel like it was probably making a greater statement about people who say that they don't want to do harm, but they do things that inflict harm, but they don't want that put upon themselves. So that's kind of my interpretation of like her contradictory nature of not wanting to be blamed for something, but also not caring about actually doing harm. To me, it's like racism. It's like people love being racist. They don't want to be called racist. Those are two different things.
Yeah.
I haven't fully psychoanalyzed her character, but that's just off the bat what's coming to mind. But the moment that made me happy, that won me over, was swashbuckling Nightcrawler. That's always going to get me. Like Nightcrawler with his swords, with the tail, he had his outfit on. I'm like, you better change. You better have a costume change. So
it wasn't really a costume change, right? Wasn't it the shirt they was wearing under the tux?
Yes, but it fit the MO.
The pirate.
It's like he came prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, it felt pirate themed.
Yeah.
So it still gave me that swashbuckling Nightcrawler that I was looking for.
Yeah. Jeky, did you read this one?
No, so I haven't picked up X-Men since Revelation. So I was so disappointed with leading up to Revelation that I've been hesitant to start up an X-Men again. So would you guys think, how many issues is it in right now? It's 2 issues since Revelation, right?
No, it's the first issue back.
Every comic, it's the first issue back. Some comics haven't even come back since, So the only 3, I think there's 3 X-Men comics that just came out for Shadows of Tomorrow, right? Last week it was X-Men. And it was the epilogue. I liked that issue. That was what I was most interested in. And then Wolverine had his first issue back. Also good issue. This one, good issue. I think those are the 3.
Has Phoenix had hers? Because I was like, I really enjoyed that Phoenix series. And that Storm series was really good too. Is
Phoenix even coming back?
That's what I'm asking. Because the same writer that was writing Phoenix was writing, what did it turn into?
Binary.
Yeah.
So Stephanie Phillips though is moving. She's doing Planet She-Hulk and she's doing Daredevil. So I don't know if Phoenix is coming back or not, but
Planet She-Hulk is so far very good.
I'm really liking Planet She-Hulk. Weirdly enough.
Yeah, same.
I don't like Planet Hulk, but like Planet She-Hulk.
That's wild. That's just a wild thing to say.
You're a feminist.
Maybe, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm just, okay, to be honest, I never read Planet Hulk. I may be judging Planet Hulk by World War Hulk when he comes back. So maybe judging it off of that.
Um, I think Planet Hulk was good at the time.
Okay.
You know, one of those things where it fit a very specific era.
Yeah.
They needed to explain during Civil War why the Hulk wasn't involved in all of the nonsense.
Yeah.
Right, and because he would just tilt one side or the other so easily.
Same with
But
Thor,
they actually,
and that's why Thor was
right, yeah, but they actually found a way to make it make sense, you know, and then yeah, that was peak Marvel.
What was I saying? Oh, yeah, this is a good place to hop on, right? Like with, though I would actually go back and read Uncanny X-Men leading up to this. This issue isn't a good first issue to the series. It's just a first issue back.
So
yeah,
you got
it's a good first issue back because as I felt like I didn't think I was gonna like Age of Revelation, and turns out I don't. So I really just waited for the X books to come back because I just wanted to continue the story. And to me, it feels, I don't know if it's because I missed it, but it feels even maybe better. I really like the Wolverine and Ransom issue. That was the one I was like waiting for because I really like Ransom and to see like what his backstory was. So this coming back with Mutina, Wolverine has his moments, and Nightcrawler has his swashbuckling situation going on. So yeah, I was very happy with uh, where they started it back post Age of Revelation.
Yeah. So what I was saying about this issue, so this issue starts off with Nightcrawler on a date with that lady. I forget her name. Do you remember?
I forget her name too.
Yeah, it's just the art, by the way, it is beautiful. Like everybody is looking really good.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at Nightcrawler's hair, and I'm like, I don't know if an artist has ever put that much emphasis on like how perfect his hair is.
I'm so glad they did.
Yeah. So Nightcrawler's on a date, and it gets kind of spicy. And I'm hoping when Deanna clips this show, because she's been doing a lot of clips of this show, she clips a little us talking about Nightcrawler being spicy. It gets spicy. So Nightcrawler is on the date with this lady, and he's like, I'm lucky, or I'm glad you had a babysitter, that you were able to come out. Do you want to go back to my place? And then she's like, yeah, but first I need to tell you something. She like leans in and she goes, can you bamf me? Like bamf as in his teleportation?
The noise that, yeah.
Can you bamf me? And he's like, yeah. So he teleports her a bunch of times, and every time in the panel, she's like, oh. That's the way I'm reading it. I'm reading it in my head, the dialogue bubble. It's like, oh my. And it's just this like escalating, like, what is going on here?
That's hilarious.
And
that's what happens.
Look, if you listen, if you have mutant powers, why would you not use it in foreplay? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that seems to be her thing.
Like, you're like, I would do the same. I would be benching all the time.
That's the whole point.
I like Gail Simone was definitely writing this a certain way, and Gail Simone actually follows us on Instagram. So Gail Simone sees this episode. Maybe she might see us talking about this. This was all deliberate. This was Gail Simone. I want to say shame on you, but what's the opposite of shame on you?
It's like,
proud of you. Proud of you. I mean, because here's the thing. If you know Gail Simone, like I came from the school of Secret Six. Like this is nothing.
Yeah.
Like like compared to what they did in that book, I'm just like, oh yeah, like of course. Like I didn't even like bat an eyelash or clutch my pearls.
Yeah.
Because I know her game. I know what she does. So this fit right in line with her MO.
I also think it's super funny that he bamfs her real good over and over and over again. She's loving it, right? He's just bamfing her. And then they get to the door and he tells her, he's like, hey, we're just going to have to be quiet because, you know, the roommates are probably asleep or whatever, like his team, right? And then everybody's like, surprise, it's Nightcrawler's birthday. And in my head, I'm like, this guy thought he was getting laid, and he's been
That's
before
crazy.
playing this whole time,
That's crazy.
like revving that
Blue
engine
balls.
up, and now suddenly everybody, including kids, are just like,
Yeah,
"Happy
good,
birthday!" And you're like, "Oh
dude.
shit!"
Good thing had they were already blue.
Yeah.
Yes, Nightcrawler. Yeah, poor guy. Poor guy.
It was Banff blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and so, that's cool. I guess good for him. But also, I would have just teleported out of there. I would be like, thanks, but
Yeah.
no thanks. We'll pick this up later. Give me how much time do we need?
Right. Right.
I'll be back.
Benfed on out of there.
Yeah.
Just benfed on out of there.
So and then that girl, yeah, she didn't get what she wanted either.
Nope. And I'm glad that they didn't allow her because she wanted to join the X-Men. And I'm like, no, she doesn't go here.
Oh, Mutina? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm glad that that didn't happen because I definitely don't want her on the team.
Yeah. I just want to see cosplay of Mutinas. Like all these like new character designs, I'm very excited for like the cosplay community to like
latch on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything coming out of DCKO Night Fight, all those costumes need to be action figures and need to be cosplays. Like Mutina, same thing, you know? But okay, that's Uncanny X-Men 22. Unless you have any final thoughts.
Nope, that's it.
Jecky, what do you got?
So my pick of the week is actually, it's really surprised me, is Logan Black, White, and Blood.
Okay.
I
wanted to read this one and I didn't get to.
So at first I thought it was gonna be a one shot because it's 3 different stories, 3 different teams.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's another at the last page, it looks like there's another one coming. So just there, it's one of those issues where the color is part of the theme, right?
Yeah.
So each story, the are mostly the art is mostly in a red, white, or black setting, and it kind of like is incorporated into the story, into the mood of it. And it's Logan, right? So most likely the red is blood, but not always.
Yeah.
And they're just each of them are different stories throughout his long life. You know, Wolverine just has a history of getting into the most random shit, but he also has a very dark past, right? So each of them is just random stories. I don't know if you want me to go into details on each, but I really enjoyed all of them. They each had their kind of own tone from and all of them. I think ultimately Wolverine is a sad story, right? Especially classic Wolverine, the loss of memory, the number of loved ones he's lost, the suffering, the Weapon X. Wolverine has a very hard life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's had a very long life, and each chapter really incorporates it. From him talking about how this is the one bar in the world where it says the only place he has peace, like it's the little bar in New York because he helped the owner solve a murder mystery that no one would solve.
Yeah.
So at the end, he's like, "Well, they luckily this is the one place I can have a moment of peace in this crazy world." And then so each different stories throughout his life. Very good. It was a good series.
I really wanted to read this one. I've been on an anthology kick lately, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to read this one, but I didn't get a chance. So I will read it this weekend. I'll say that.
Let me know what you think.
Yeah. All right, that's a good pick. I'm just gonna pick DCKO because we got to talk about it, right? Like I feel like that's the biggest news coming out of this week, right? As far as like comic book stuff. Ultimates 20 also kind of, but like DCKO I think is the big one. So DCKO 3, that's my pick. I'll pick it. I'll take one for the team. We got to talk about it. This is the round. Last month we had all fight month where we had 1v1 matchups. This round, those winners went on to this round to do a tag team tournament. The winners going into this tournament are Cyborg, Lex, Joker, which I'm very confused about. I thought Jason won the 1v1.
Yeah, so I think some sort of chaos energies happened. So Jason got cheated out of his win, I guess.
Yeah, Joker had something in his heart.
Hmm.
Jason won, but they moved into this like nothing happened. Like
I,
that
I,
Joker had always
I,
won. No even
I'm starting to
hint.
get a feeling. Yeah, I'm starting to get a feeling that there's some sort of collaboration between the Joker and the Heart of Darkseid at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, with what happens in this.
Yeah,
Because he's the one who
or
what
in general between the Jason the fight with Jason and how it ended in this, that might not be the real Joker. That might be the same way, or it might be the same way Booster Gold is possessed. It might be a very similar situation with the Joker at this point.
I don't know.
Like
Ethan, what do you think?
Darkseid, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good theory because I noticed that as well, especially because like Joker was chosen as like even the winner at the start of it for like being able to choose the thing at the beginning of this issue, and it felt
Yeah.
very like like one sided, where like Joker is being like prioritized.
Yeah.
So Jecky might be right.
And also, it might be one of those. I don't know if you guys have read Nice House by the Sea or
Hmm.
Nice House on the
Love.
Lake or either. Um, they'll do a thing where they'll rewrite reality but not tell the audience that they are. So then the
Mhm.
Hmm.
audience is also feeling the same confusion that the characters are feeling. I feel like it's part of this then. It's one thing or another. It's either author oversight and the author like made a mistake, or we gotta like have faith that the author is crossing their T's, dotting their I's, and like this switch up because Jason won the 1v1 as far as that issue ended,
Mhm.
and we don't even get a hint that something is wrong, that Joker is part of
No,
this lineup.
no, something happened. Remember, at the end of I'm gonna have to go dig for that issue. Something happened at the end of uh Joker versus Red Hood.
He beat him
There
to
was some
death, and but then the heart was still beating, and there was something on his heart, and then
yeah,
that's all
there was
I read. Did I
something else
miss
happened.
the final page?
I feel like something else happened. Hold on.
Okay.
Where would it be? I've already filed it away, unfortunately.
Um, but that's as far as I remember. But who are the people who were going in on this round? It was 8 contenders, right?
Hmm.
Hmm.
8 contenders, 4 battles, because they did a tag team,
Hmm.
but they brought in one extra person. So it was Aquaman, it was Wonder Woman, it was Superman, so those 3, Lex and Joker,
Hmm.
Cyborg,
And
Zatanna,
Zatanna.
and who am I missing? There's one more person.
Um,
Oh, Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys like? So the premise is that they get to choose anyone, anywhere, but from their universe, except for Joker. He got an added bonus of any universe whatsoever, but everybody else from their universe to join them on a 2v2 tag team tournament. Did you guys like that whole that thing?
I love the premise of it. I feel like adding the tag team element threw in like a curveball where like you didn't know what was going to happen, and I love seeing like Wonder Woman and Big Barda working together, and that move that she did where like Big Barda like punches her bracelets and it creates this huge like apocalyptic like destruction blast radius. Like there were a lot of cool combinations. Cyborg chose Connor Hawk. I'm not sure I was sold on that one. I Connor Hawk
Yeah.
is my boy, but like you're going against Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
like the Amazonian warrior. So like
Yeah.
I didn't fully feel that one. Like maybe if he was fighting somebody else, I feel like Black Lightning would have been dope, and if he like infused him with like apocalyptic electricity, and then he like zapped into his system, and he like became like extra charged, like that would have been dope. Like Cyborg
Mhm.
Lightning, that would have been fire.
Also,
Um,
we've shown that Wonder Woman and Amazons are susceptible to electricity. Like that's
mhm.
an in-universe thing. It's not a weakness, but you can electrocute Amazons and her in the same way you would electrocute people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would have been more effective against it. Like, it was cool as a concept. Like, Connor Hawke is one of the best martial artists in the DCU, so that's dope.
Yeah.
But it seemed like going a long way for something that was not going to work.
You know what's also funny is that I don't know, and I've read a good amount. I don't know whether Cyborg and Connor have ever even spoken a word to each other. Because they do a Titans thing. They say Titans together, or they say something with Titans. Connor was never a Titan.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like officially.
And also, I feel like if I'm gonna fight Wonder Woman, out martial arting her is not the right way I would have gone. I would have done this. Like, I would have gone like, I need power. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been like, I would have called in a big gun. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that. And that is because if you bring in like a big gun, Wonder Woman's gonna out finesse them. Because Wonder Woman has the best she has the finesse and the power, right?
Yeah, but Wonder Woman is a warrior. She's a trained warrior. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're gonna out martial art her either. You know what I mean?
I think Connor could.
The combo of her strength, but also the skill. Like Amazons are women that are like known to be great. All of them are great warriors, and she's the champion amongst the Amazons.
But
you know
Connor
what I mean?
Connor is one of, if not the best martial artist in the world. Like Cassandra Cain, Connor Hawke. That's really those two. Like,
I think that's true, but he's also not accustomed to that level of power. Like, you can be the best martial artist, but like, you don't have the power of a god. And like, that's where like the whole like power, because I feel like Cyborg, he can handle the strategy. He has access to like all the information possible. So I feel like strategy almost shouldn't even come into the equation in terms of his partner, because he has that covered with how much access he has. Okay. So really, it's like power is the main priority against someone who is top tier at a list power like Wonder Woman.
Okay. So real quick, I mean, we can go through each of these, but like real quick, who would you have paired?
I already gave mine with Black Lightning.
You would have done Black
Lightning. I also want him to have his A-list moment too.
Yeah.
You know,
so he could like supercharge him like he tried to do with Connor Hawke. Bolt inside of Cyborg. Cyborg becomes like gigantic, infused with apocalyptic lightning, and then he goes after Wonder Woman.
I would have put him with Beast Boy. Let's get a classic friend scenario, because the only other person who teamed up with friends was Guy Gardner, and I like it. Guy picked Hal.
I mean, Zatanna went with
Constantine.
That was very cliche too.
I thought that was very cliche. I wish Zatanna had a best girlfriend.
I wish it. Yeah.
You know,
her toxic relationship with Constantine is a little played out.
I don't like them together. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, same. That relationship is a little played out at this point.
I don't ship them.
Yeah, I like them both individually. I don't mind them together, but I don't really see them as like a pair. I feel like Zatanna actually became really good friends with Diana in Justice League Dark, but of course she was fighting she's already in the competition, so she couldn't use that. And she does have magical friends. I mean, there's Enchantress, who you can't fully trust. There's Nightshade, who probably doesn't have the power levels that's needed. So I understand Constantine, because he is like top of the line, like magic user. He's not always,
I would have called my dad. I would have called Dr. Fate.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Fate would have been dope.
Or Khalid Dr. Fate.
Yeah. Because she can. It can be any version, right? Across time. I'd have called
across time.
My dad.
Oh yeah, but your
across
universe.
Time. Yeah, so I'll call my boy Nobu and Doctor. With the helmet.
The original Nabu.
The Nabu, sorry. Yeah.
Nobu. We go Nobu after. When we win this fight, we hit Nobu with Nabu. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta put like thought into this. I posed the question, but I didn't give myself enough time to think of like. I liked some of
What,
these matchups. I also
what
it was
about
wild
Icon?
that Lex picked Supergirl.
But real quick, I do feel like Zatanna
Mm-hmm.
was nerfed, kind of like Zatanna is a reality warper. Like her
Yeah.
magical power, especially coming after her Harley Quinn fight, and she like gave her this great speech about like being ruthless and like allowing herself to get to that level. So I yes, like Joker brought in Emperor Joker, but it also kind of felt plot armory, where
Yeah.
it's like, oh
Yeah,
no, he's got imp
yeah,
on his side, and I'm like,
and
Zatanna is that girl, like she is at like A-list power level. I feel like she should have had at least Joker like sweating a bit more than he
yeah,
actually was. Especially with Constantine, because like love him or hate him, that man knows how to survive.
yeah,
Like he will find a way, some trick
Yeah.
up his sleeve to get the job done. So I kind of felt like they were nerfed in order to like raise up Joker.
yeah. And also, Constantine might not look it, but he is one of the most powerful like warlocks or wizards or
Hmm.
just magic users in the DC universe.
Is
That is
he
actually a
though?
Yeah,
I think so,
Is
because
yeah.
the thing is,
Constantine
it's all
powerful?
the spells, that he just has in his back pocket. Like Constantine is not, he's not afraid to just open a portal to hell and pull up some spell that no one else is playing with,
Yeah.
Hmm.
something that is really dark, and just use
He'll
it in
do
a
it.
battle. Yeah, and he won't even hesitate.
I
Nope.
feel
Like
like
sorry.
he's one of the most knowledgeable because he's not the most powerful. Like he's knowledgeable and he's so slimy. Like Constantine is the type of person that would like know a spell to like slow down time, to have a baby with Satana. Like she gives birth to the baby and then he
Why?
sacrifices that baby in the span of a second to then boost up something to get away. Like he would know that stuff. But like is I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
Maybe I'm
think
just
he's leveled up over the years to the point where he
I
is
think
now
so.
a very powerful magic user.
Yeah,
that's fair.
like when it was I know this is an alternate universe, but Constantine was holding it down in Injustice. Like when Constantine joined Injustice, I feel like that's when I really started realizing like, yo, he's got options.
Yeah.
Like he's that dude for real.
Hmm.
What the hell happened to Aquaman and Hawkman?
That kind of confused me a little, just because like Aquaman, I thought he might have taken the whole thing based on how he smoked Hawkman in their battle together and the whole Dark Tide prophecy coming to fruition. I thought he was going to go full dark mode, and it didn't go that way. And I thought it was just going to be like this greater thing with once again they've been setting up this prophecy from the beginning of the Aquaman series.
Mhm.
And then with how he literally like he cleared Hawkman, like that was so one sided, it was almost embarrassing.
Yeah.
He tore up Hawkman. So I kind of felt like happy that he brought him back. I was like, hey, sorry, I like toasted you. um, but the fact that I don't know, like I thought he was going to go down this darker route, but he didn't go.
Yeah.
So I was kind of confused.
I'm also surprised he didn't bring out his wife, because she's a pretty good fighter.
Oh
I
yeah,
almost feel like she would have been a better fighter than Hawkman, honestly.
Yeah.
probably based on how things went.
Like,
Oh, I just
yeah.
realized that it's so quick. I just realized what happened to Hawkman and Aquaman to the point where I forgot they were even in this issue.
Mhm.
Red K Supergirl heat visions Hawkman's head off and then crunches Aquaman down. And that's how it's just like
That was weird.
not even a
That whole
page. It's just like a couple panels in a page.
that
It was a
whole
quick takedown.
Supergirl turning into a monster situation was a little weird for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, okay. I liked, Lex is a genius, so he had some sort of plan in place immediately, like, or he thought of something because, oh, I happen to have this red energy in my suit. I know Supergirl is susceptible to it. Um, okay. That was an interesting choice, but Lex is the type to like, okay, a Kryptonian is as strong as they come, right? So using a Kryptonian, because Lex doesn't really have allies. Like,
Mm,
who does he have
There's
that's
no
really
one
gonna
he would trust over himself,
mhm.
yeah,
right?
like who's gonna be like, bet, thank you for calling me, and just like line up next to Lex? You know what I mean? Like there would have to be
Yeah.
another villain, but like
You
there's not
won't
that many
trust him.
top. Yeah. So
So it
yeah,
makes
this was
sense that
a
like who's the strongest person to pick that he could control, and that
yeah,
I guess would be
yeah.
Supergirl, and then use Red K on her. Okay, I guess that's fine.
I would
Um.
have called Connor.
Leave Connor alone.
Oh,
I actually kind of use him because he needs more spotlight.
Well, cause
I
cause Connor is
his
Lex's
son.
Mhm,
son genetically.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
It,
I didn't mind the Supergirl thing as much, mainly because like when like Lex Luthor, he's a plotter. He has, this plan. That was fine. Once again, like I couldn't get over the Aquaman of it all.
yeah.
Because he leaves his battle saying, like, I am the Dark Tide. And then this one, there just felt like there was a disconnect between that Aquaman who's going into like the Dark Tide prophecy, but I didn't feel like I felt that. He just felt like regular Aquaman. So I don't know what happened in the
He got his
intervening
ass
moments.
beat like
Yeah.
Yeah.
bad.
It
Like
it's like they hinted at something great and then they cut it off.
yeah.
Yeah. That's
All
what it
right.
feels like.
I get like you gotta shave off a lot. Like I would love if there was like a director's cut script, not with art because that would cost a lot of money, but if there was like deleted scenes of a script that they
Hmm.
release in like a deluxe edition or something. Like
Yeah.
I just need to know. There's certain things that I'm just like it's weirdly enough at this point with only like 8 contenders, we're still not having enough page time for 8
Yeah.
contenders.
It's actually what I
Yeah.
said in my quick review of it. I'm like, this should have been like double the size because
Yeah.
too much stuff happened in the previous like all fight month that didn't really connect with DCKO. It feels like there was like continuity issues. And
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't finished the story, but like based on what we know right now, like with the Aquaman thing, like I don't know how they would clean that up, going from Dark
Mhm.
Tide Prophecy to him just choosing Hawkman and not seeming like that is happening. Um, Same thing with what you had mentioned before with Jason Todd, Joker. I mean, once again, we might get answers later, but as
Mhm.
it stands now, there's a lot of questions that seem like they are not aligning with what's happening.
Yeah. I think you can only do so much. It's never going to be 100%. And I'm like, okay, fine. I think I accept a certain thing, like certain level of like there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, you know?
I mean, I agree with that, but also at the same time, you have to do your job.
Yeah.
We are
Do you think it's
paying money
egregious
for
though?
for,
Do you
for
think it's like egregious?
um. Once again,
I
I
mean,
don't want to like say anything until it's over,
Yeah.
but I will say that it's disappointing to, I've been reading Aquaman from the beginning, legit from the first issue they mentioned the Dark Tide Prophecy. And I was so hyped going into, seeing that battle. To me, that Aquaman versus Hawkman was my favorite battle because I'm like, oh, it's going to be like this great like epic between Hawkman and Aquaman, and no, he gets toasted. And then he finally becomes the Dark Tide Prophecy, to where myself, as well as other fans, are thinking that Aquaman could take it. Like he's being
Yeah.
built up as a serious threat because they took the time
God
to build
level.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mhm.
And then from what it seems like, it's almost like tossed away to be smashed away by Supergirl
Supergirl.
Hulk.
Yeah.
you
It was
know?
Supergirl Hulk. Yeah.
Yes. So it feels underwhelming. So egregious based on those facts a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Also, you're telling me what Supergirl Hulk doesn't have water in her? We just saw him like he's pulled water from people, he's pulling blood from
Right.
people, and now she doesn't have water or blood in her system. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems weird to me. I don't
I think I
know.
saw somewhere that are they moving Aquaman to space? I saw.
Yeah,
Like,
Aquaman's in space.
oh,
He's
okay.
essentially sailing the 7 seas, and one of those seas is the cosmos. Different sea. But
Oh.
see what I did there?
Yeah, yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I
He's
right?
connected
You've been
to
reading
the
it
blue.
nonstop.
The blue, which is like all like water throughout the like entire universe. So like his power levels are legit godlike. He's a sea god of the cosmos. So that's what I was expecting to see in DCKO issue number 3.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, we got to move on to the rest of the comics so we can finish up this episode. But it ends with 4 winners. Again, very confused. Super
Mhm.
confused. Um. Also, the Green Lanterns made a Black Mercy, and I thought that was like, oh. I think we need to just have an episode just on DCKO, but I can't figure out whether we wait for the whole the event to end or whether we need to be taking each piece at a time. I don't know. This whole thing ends with Joker, Lex, Superman, and Wonder Woman on the absolute DC Earth, and setting up to fight evil versions of Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, and Darkseid Booster Gold.
Which was interesting.
Yeah.
Like, is him, is he amongst, like, it's kind of like, I guess, for the main heroes, the cat's out the bag as well, as far as Darkseid Booster Gold, because the people that were in the actual tournament weren't aware of what was happening outside the real world with Darkseid, with him and Gorilla Grodd,
yeah,
and things like that, right? So I guess now the cat's out the bag, like,
yeah, I guess. Just for those 4 people, but only 2 are heroes and 2 are villains. I will say I am disappointed that if I was going to say the final 4, I wish there was a more interesting final 4 than Superman, Wonder Woman, Lex Luthor, and Joker.
Yeah, I agree, and that's where I kind of mentioned before how it felt like plot armor with Joker and just being able to dismantle Zatanna and Constantine so easily. It is expected. Like, I wanted like Zatanna to make it. I thought Aquaman would make it. That would have made it interesting. This is like, of course, to me, like Superman and Wonder Woman have to make it. Like, because just on like a realistic level, who's beating them?
No,
but like
they're gonna do a hero versus villain matchup on the final 2.
Right.
Or throw us a wrench and put Lex versus Joker at the final 2.
That would be interesting.
You know what I would say about this last final 2? I think when DCKO was first announced, I was hoping that they would use it as an opportunity to really highlight someone that's not usually mainstream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was hoping that one of those characters will end up being important at the end. But at the end of the day, it's a DC crossover, and the it comes down to the Joker, who we see all the time, Lex Luthor, who we see all the time, Diana, who we see all the time, even though we could see more, and Superman, which we see the most. You know what I mean? Or maybe besides Batman.
Are we just supposed
I was
to count
hoping
our
to
blessings that Batman's not included? Is that kind of the thing? It's like
he
stars.
might be included. I'm not sure
he's coming
if
back. Yeah.
He's gonna come back. You know what I mean? Because his villain, his main villain, is here wilding out with some like OP plot armor, like you said, right? So Batman's gonna come with the ultimate Batman plot armor. I went through multiple universes to land here and save everything. You know what I mean? Like, this is very Scott Snyder, by the way, because it reminds me of DC Metal. You remember that? Like, this is very Scott Snyder, by the way.
I am liking this better than DC Metal. That being said, I think there's going to be some like wrenches thrown in, some red herrings here. I think something's going to switch up. I believe in Scott Snyder. We will see whether it's fine, but I wouldn't be surprised if Batman does come back, but he doesn't have plot armor. He is down to like no utility belt, nothing, and he does something. You know?
I'd be shocked if Batman goes through his multiple universe hopping thing now and doesn't come out like with some outrageous Batman moment. You know,
I mean, there's gonna be an outrageous Batman moment, but what is the point? I think is like all these outrageous Batman moments. A lot of them are like just that Batman beats up everybody, and like that's the theme, that's the message. But I don't know if that's gonna be this message. I think the message could be that Batman can't. I don't know. We have to think like what is going to happen in DC Next Level? What is going to happen with what about those Mega Boss matchup battles that are coming up? That's coming up too. Homelander versus Superman.
Yeah.
Red Sonja.
Yeah, Red Sonja versus Wonder Woman.
What if they do a DCKO 2? I mean, what if there's like it's a 2-parter?
You mean it doesn't end here?
It doesn't end here because how long is DCKO supposed to be?
I don't know. Like that's the thing. They keep throwing more and more things. Like there's so many things under wraps that I can't tell. I mean, we gotta move on from this conversation. But like, I don't know. I don't know.
But if you think about it, some of the previous DC, this is a crossover. This is a crossover event, right? At first, and maybe I'm realizing now that I might have made a mistake. Maybe I assumed because it was a tournament, it was only gonna be 5 to 6 issues. But previous DC major crossover events have been very long. DC Metal was very long. If you go way back, Blackest Night was very long and led into Brightest Light, which is really like kind of like one big story almost.
Okay.
Like I wonder if this is gonna end up being longer than we expected. I don't know about you guys. I was thinking 6 issues ish.
Absolute Power was like 5. And I feel like DCKO might be 5 as well. I feel like those ones of like Blackest Night and like Infinite Crisis, like those days, I feel like they were longer. But to me, it's like with like Night.
That was 20 years ago.
Yes.
You know?
Versus like Night Terrors and was it Beast? Planet Beast. But Absolute Power was only 5. I feel like they've been like doing more like 5s
That's
or so.
True.
So
that's true. Absolute Power is 5.
So we'll see. I think I need to schedule a DCKO podcast episode because we need to talk about it. Also Absolute stuff. Like we gotta talk more about that. But let's real quick. Sadly, we are running out of time because we started late and whatnot. Real quick, Ultimates number 20. This one is a more self-contained issue, dealing, the effects of Ultimate Endgame are happening. We do finally get the backstory of Ultimate Wasp not being a double agent, but a triple agent, and how that works. We reveal what Vision is, and Vision is just Jim Hammond kind of reborn. So the original Human Torch reborn. That's cool.
Upgraded.
I don't know. Did you guys like this one?
I liked it, not as much as I did the previous issue. I'm glad that like we get more info on Wasp and that like we get the full picture because I didn't fully believe that she had like turncoat and like went against the team. I feel like there was like another plan, so I'm glad that was verified. In terms of like the actual like format of it, I guess maybe felt like because I know the series is ending soon and we don't have that much time, like just seeing Vision kind of go through these different like scenes, didn't feel like it was moving forward the way that I wanted it to, and I wanted to see other things. So if this was continuing, I probably would have been fine. But I'm like, we only have a few issues left, and I don't think this one necessarily stands out among the others.
Yeah. By the way, I'm still in the camp of Ultimate Marvel Universe is not ending. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Full denial.
I think I do not believe that Marvel is going to end a universe that is profitable. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think that they're wording things in a specific way so that they're not wrong, but they're not. Like they say Ultimate Spider-Man is ending. Yes. But what else? What comes next? I don't think Ultimate Endgame is just like it wasn't it was the end of phase 3 in the MCU, but it was not the end of the MCU. Like I think there's another step to Ultimate Marvel.
I personally hope so. I think more likely than anything, like Denny's Camp is done. Because I feel like he seems like a very like limited writer. Like
people are gonna end their runs.
Right. Like Absolute Martian Manhunter is ending, and I feel like that's because of him. The Ultimates is ending, and I think that's like his choice.
Yeah.
So it's more like he's done
Ultimate
with the story.
Spider-Man. Sure.
And then like maybe like other writers are going to come in and they'll do something else with the Maker, because the Maker kind of hinted at something during Ultimate Endgame issue number 1 that like he would reset it again. So we'll see.
Okay. Yeah. We gotta go through. I just want to shout out Cruel Universe number 6. I don't have to talk about it that much. It is a anthology book from EC Comics, or the EC Comics imprint of Oni Press. And EC Comics is the publisher that got in trouble back in the day with Seduction of the Innocent, that whole thing where like, oh, kids are being corrupted by EC Comics. And then like they were a big thing. So now Cruel Universe is just a collection of short stories that are kind of Twilight Zoney, a little bit twisted. It's really cool. I like it. I binged all 5 and I read issue 6 this week, and so it's a cool Twilight Zoney thing, kind of series. I'm not going to talk much about it, but if you're not reading Cruel Universe and you like anthology books, EC Comics imprint of Oni Press has a bunch of anthology books now. Cruel
cool.
Universe, Cruel Fantasy, something or another, like all these different genres of books. Let's go quick, like 1-sentence reviews. Sorry, guys. Action Comics 1094. I didn't get to read this one, but I really wanted to. Who did?
This was good. Clark Kent goes to war. Even though he has all this power, he's still young and not ready. I love this, like, having like a simple life, but then also having the weight of the world of being Superboy, soon to be Superman. This was another strong issue. It's really growing on me in like a slice of life type of way. So this was another strong issue.
Cool. Dungeons of Doom, issue number 1 from Marvel.
I didn't really like it. I didn't. I think I'm gonna stop if there's more of these post World Under Doom one shots. I think I'm gonna stop because the previous one was a little disappointing. I read this and I had no idea what was going on. They're each chapters from different people that are trying to invade Latveria and steal whatever, and they're just assuming there's weapons or there's some sort of something they could use as power source, and they're just fighting their way through to get to it. I was like, okay, this is I didn't care for it.
Okay. Avengers number 34. I think I'm the only one who read it. This is the final 3 issues of Jed MacKay's run. This is legacy number 800. So it's a pretty big issue when it comes to the Avengers. It has the main story that is ending. It's Kang versus the Avengers. And then the backup story by Bendis and Bagley. And the Bendis and Bagley one was a cute kind of story about like the Avengers anniversary. And like, it is what it is. I like it. The art is really good too. And Storm is involved. So cool. All right. Wonder Woman Black and Gold.
I read that. It's really good actually. Well, it was 4 stories, 4 and I guess anthology stories, actually very similar to the Logan one. And the first 3 I loved, and again, same thing. The color is heavy and black, gold, and white. It's a beautiful comic book. One of them is kind of like another love letter to Steve Trevor. One of them, like, it's good. It felt like it reminded me of those old Spider-Man comic books where there'll be one shots of a day in Spider-Man's life, talking to a citizen or a random thing.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it. The 4th one, the art was a little too cartoony for me. I didn't read it, but the first 3 were beautiful.
Okay. Back to DC for Aquaman 13.
This was good. Once again, like Aquaman 12 was so good with that battle between Hawkman and Aquaman. This one was a little underwhelming. I like seeing Andrina having a spotlight. That was cool. I want to know more about her, Aquaman's daughter. Also, the parademons are attacking. She has to speak in front of a council. It was good. Just coming off of the last issue, it felt a little underwhelming.
Fair. Green Lantern Corps 12.
I read that. I actually really enjoyed it. I don't know if they're gonna stick to it, but in the Green Lantern world, they're creating a new status quo where I don't know if either of you are reading the current Green Lantern series, but all the different rings from the spectrum, the different cores are now on Oa, and Jessica Cruz is trying to create one unified spectrum. So if it works, people will be able to switch from one to the other. So I don't know how long this new status quo is gonna stay, but it has potential.
That's
So
what
I'm
that
curious.
one previous bad guy was doing, right? He had like a ring that could switch.
Yeah, but his was in a negative way. His was through a different emotion, through sorrow almost. But very similar. But that's what they're hoping. So everyone is now on Oa, and it's just kind of like the tension between the different cores. Yeah. decent. I'm enjoying it.
You know what I wanna see? I wanna see like a Harry Potter style, not Harry Potter itself, but a Harry Potter style academy where you get sorted into different Green Lantern, different Lantern Corps. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
um,
that'd be cool.
yeah. Except you don't want to put a bunch of teenagers with the love ring all together
Yeah,
in one dorm.
yeah,
Might not be the best. All right,
yeah.
moving on. Black Cat issue number 6, I think.
Yes, this was good. This was a crossover or team up with Daredevil. He has to defend her against vampires who are having litigation problems with her. It was comical.
Yeah.
Love Felicia in like up against a wall, not in a sexual way, but how she has to like find her way out. I love her interactions with Matt Murdock. It's a strong series, and I feel like it's getting better with every issue.
Um. Okay. Cool. I like the series. I fell a little bit behind. But I have been digging the series.
Yeah.
Do Daredevil and her date? Are they dating?
Not, I mean, there's some flirtation, but they don't really date.
Okay.
She doesn't have to be. She actually is hooking up with a woman at the beginning of the issue, which I prefer. It's like it doesn't always have to be like, oh, Felicia is with the superhero of the week type of thing. Like I maybe wouldn't mind if they like took time and like developed it.
Yeah.
But as of right now, they're just like friends.
Okay. I mean, I would say the same for Matt. Matt hooks up with everybody. So yeah.
Yes.
Or Hawkeye.
I mean, like yeah.
Both of them with Black Widow. And then I think not last but not least, we got Batman and Robin. Return of Scarface.
Yes.
Quick thoughts?
That was good. I've been liking the Quiet Man storyline. I don't necessarily love the Quiet Man as a villain, just because it's hard for me to believe that he's like up against Gotham villains and Batman and Robin. I get that he has like military training, but it's hard for me to like really believe that he's doing this like sans like utilities and like a costume. He's just like a quiet man.
I know nothing about Quiet Man, but okay.
Okay, yeah, he's like trying to seek vengeance for his son who was killed, but there's like more to it. He blames Scarface, i.e. Arnold Wesker, and he's after him, but he might not have been responsible. I like the whole like parallels between him and Batman and Robin, and him losing Jason and him also out with Damian now. It's just like you're putting kids in danger. I like how that topic of conversation is happening. A Quiet Man as a villain, I'm not sure if he's gonna live beyond this arc, just because I don't think he has any more legs to stand on. But I like Scarface comes back this issue. I haven't like read Scarface in like a very long time. I feel like it's been years.
Yeah.
But I also feel like that's how villains should be. So that made it kind of like momentous for him to return. So overall, it was a good issue.
Okay. And then I think last but not least, did both you guys read Doctor Strange or just Ethan? Did Jecky read it?
I did not read it. No.
Okay. So Doctor Strange issue number 2. I think that's the final book on our list.
Okay. Yeah. I read it. It was good. Like, once again, coming off of the high of Doctor Strange issue number 1, which was great. It was better than I expected it to be. I think maybe my expectations were too high for issue number 2. It was good. It kind of gets into like statecraft and like politics, which I enjoy, but it didn't balance the action enough. And so it kind of fell off a little, not enough for me to like leave it behind. I'm going to read issue 3, but it was definitely like a bit of a downgrade after issue 1.
Okay. All right. I think that's all the books that were on our list, right? Was there anything else that you guys read that we didn't cover?
I think that's it.
Okay. I want to thank both of you so much for coming on the show, especially with the limited time that we had to talk about, the comics that we read this week. Before we get going, thank you so much to you guys. Thank you to everybody out there who's watching and or listening. If you're watching us live, you're watching us on youtube.com/The Keeg Show, or listening to the podcast wherever you get your podcast from: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, wherever, wherever you are. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, write a review, let us know you're out there. There is a guy who keeps writing reviews on our YouTubes, and I keep reading them, and they're very nice. So if you go back to previous episodes, I think he watches the episode after, and then he like writes a review of our episode. So thank you so much. And I forget your name, and I'm sorry. I will figure that out and thank you live another time. But Jecky, where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
So thank you for having me. This was fun, guys. Jecky Comics, mainly on TikTok and Instagram. Just create a page to help newcomers navigate comic books, and got a few different projects coming up. Maybe start a few new series. We'll see.
All right. You do great work, so keep it up.
Very
Thank
great
you.
work.
Appreciate you guys.
Ethan, same thing for you. Where can we find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to plug?
I'm Virgo Blade. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Blue Sky. You can hit all those up. Got some things in the works, still doing behind the scenes pre-production stuff, but once it comes out, I will let you know.
Awesome.
Dope.
Awesome. You do amazing. Both of you guys do a lot of TikToks and great TikToks. TikToks worth watching. I'm just saying TikTok, but like Instagram too and everything. But like I see you guys a lot on TikTok. So anyone who's not following you two should.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Fatal J. That's who I want to thank. Fatal J out there. Thank you so much. I've been reading. I'm not able to reply. So in a thoughtful enough way. You are very thoughtful. So thank you guys, Fatal J,
Shout out.
and everyone out.
Shout out
there
Fatal J.
Yeah, shout out Fatal J.
He's a real one.
Fatal J said this was a real fun recap. This is like a last episode. Everyone brought good energy and the conversation flowed naturally without feeling forced. I liked hearing different perspectives on the week books and honestly, and then it ... But that was, thank you, Fatal J. For everyone out there, if you're not following us on social media, at The Keeg Show on Instagram, on TikTok, those are two biggest social media platforms, at The Keeg Show, but we're also on like Blue Sky and Threads and Facebook and all that. At The Keeg Show / The Keeg Show, wherever you can find The Keeg, we are there, including patreon.com / The Keeg Show, where we're going to be doing Patreon exclusive episodes, including a drinking episode on Sunday, January 25th. So special Patreon exclusive drinking episode. I know Jecky is involved, and whoever else, Ethan, if you feel like having a little afternoon drink with us, we're gonna do one. We're gonna talk comics and just dick around, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. For anyone out there, yes, like, comment, subscribe, follow, do your thing. Let us know you're out there. We got a lot of things coming up with Comic Talk, including, going to WonderCon, going to San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of crazy stuff coming out in 2026, so definitely stay tuned. If you want to follow me personally, follow me at This Is Dimithri on Instagram, but otherwise, The Keeg, at The Keeg Show. This is Comic Talk. It's just one of the many shows that we do, but it is our most consistent one, and it is, dare I say, my favorite show to do. So thank you, Jecky and Ethan, for continuing to make it an amazing show.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us, man. This was fun.
That's pretty much it. Go to your local comic shops, comicshoplocator.com, support your local comic shops, support your local public libraries. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Once again, I am your host, Dimithri Perera, and this has been Comic Talk for the week of January 15th, 2026. See you guys next week.
Peace out.
Super fast, gotta beat the boss and get the loot, 'cause it's the king.